Hi, Bulldog families. I'm Lindsay Evans. I teach seventh grade English. I'm in classroom 208 at the end of the seventh grade hall, and email is the very best way to get a hold of me. I have it listed here. For our year, this is a little bit about me. You can see I love the Sounders and soccer, camping, my two dogs. And I had the great chance to teach in Vietnam for a summer. And I love that experience and how much it taught me about teaching. And I try to bring it in to our classroom here all the time. For this year, we will still be using some digital tools, especially Schoology. I have always used Schoology, and I find it really helpful for a lot of different writing tools and grading tools. So it's something that we will definitely continue to use. So students need to log into Schoology from the OSD portal. I've organized our Schoology page so that it is really easy to navigate for parents and students. I have two main folders. The first folder is called the This Week folder. And here you're going to find everything you need for the current week you're in. If it is a Monday through Friday of that week, it will be in the This Week folder. You're going to find materials, assignments, instructional videos or slideshows. Anything that a student needs to complete an assignment will be in the This Week folder. The second folder that I have is the Last Week folder, which means the folder from last week is archived there. It's going to hold, the Last Week folder is going to hold all the previous week's folders. They are arranged with a week number and a date. So if you know approximately when your student was absent or when they missed an assignment, you could go to the Last Week folder and find each week. And again, all the assignments, materials, and slideshows will be in there so students can complete at their own pace if needed. The weekly folder also includes a weekly learning plan. So if you click on the week 1 folder, at the very top of that folder is going to be our weekly learning plan. It will tell you and your students exactly what we're doing each day in class. And it will also tell them what needs to be completed by the end of the week. So it should be pretty simple to follow. In case your students are absent, they should be able to open that folder and see everything that we did in that week and email me if they have questions about any of the assignments. There is a parent Schoology access. So if you would like more information on how to log in or get access for parents for the Schoology pages, please email me and I'm happy to forward along any of that information for you. It can be really helpful if you can have your own login so that you can see the calendars and the updates and things like that as well. Yeah, again, just email me if you want more information about that. So what we'll be doing this year in 7th grade ELA, we're going to begin the year with activities that allow me to get to know your students and build some relationships with them. It also allows me to see how students work together, which is really great. So as we move into larger projects and units throughout the year, I have some ideas on how to best group them. Next, we're going to focus on the reading standards and engage in our first class novel study using the text The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. I have digital copies of the text on Schoology. I also have paper copies of the text that we will use in class, and we will share those books from class to class. So your child is welcome to use either the paper copy or the digital. I'm comfortable with either, as long as they can follow along while we're reading in class. Additionally, this year, we're going to cover writing standards for narrative, expository, argumentative, persuasive styles of writing. So we will do a novel study and a writing unit, then another novel study and a writing unit, and we will continue those throughout the entire year. For grading, I use standards-based grading. This helps support learning by focusing on the concepts and the skills from the learning standards that have not been learned instead of just focusing on the letter grade. So they are either beginning to meet the standard, approaching meeting the standard, or meeting the standard. Just as simple as that. So grading resources, Schoology is going to show you assignments that need to be completed. It's going to have every assignment that I grade will have a standards-based grading rubric, scale of 1, 2, 3. And I will score your student on how they met the standard. And then it will also show you the feedback that I give them. So if a student is not meeting standard, they will always have feedback from me on what they need to do to meet standard. Students can always redo an assignment, turn it in. I will always give them the highest score. Skyward is where the grades will be calculated into a traditional letter grade and calculated each semester. So missing work and resubmissions, students may always submit missing work and resubmissions until the end of the quarter. So there are 2 quarters in our first semester. By the time we get to the end of a quarter, we are also usually at the end of the unit. It's really important that students get any missing work from that unit or that quarter submitted to me. It's not really helpful when I allow students to turn it in at the end of the semester because it's been so long since we covered that material. It's really not beneficial to them. So I ask that anything can be redone or resubmitted until the end of each quarter. And I will be updating students on this along the way. Students' grades will always reflect the highest score. They will never receive a lower score. They will only always improve their grade by resubmitting. I really strive to know each and every one of your students and meet their individual needs. And I find the best way to do that is by communicating with the parents. I would invite you to complete my parent survey. Using the link on the front of our Schoology page. There's a whole banner that says parent survey. Please, if you have the time, fill that out. Give me any information that you feel like sharing about your student and their needs. And I will try to address those needs. And bonus, just get to know your children a little bit more. A wish list, always available. We can always use glue sticks, sticky notes, Kleenex. We're really, really low on Kleenex this year. If anybody feels like donating some to the classroom, they would be very much appreciated. And of course, this is English. So books, if you have books you want to donate, if you have questions about which books we're looking to add to our classroom, please let us know. We would always be happy to accept books of any kind. Thank you again so much for stopping by. Here again is my email in case you would like to communicate with me. It is absolutely the easiest, best, and most accommodating way to get a hold of me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Goodbye.